overtakes anyway. Well, Taddy Bally Ho, and welcome to the review of this rather marvellous Triumph Scrambler 400X. Right, so I've never ridden any of the 400s yet. I haven't. It's a single pot. I like to call it a thumper. And yeah, it's these are the first impressions. It's light. It's 179 kilograms wet. So I couldn't resist saying wet like that. Oh, well, I am after all rambunctious. So it's got a 19-inch front wheel, a 17-inch rear wheel. They are forged wheels. They are not spoked. And it's got lots of torque. Well, I say lots of torque. It's about 37 Newton meters, which is about 27 foot-pounds of torque, but it's quite a light bike. That's at 3,000 RPM maximum. Maximum torque's at 3,000 RPM. Maximum power's at 8,000 RPM, and that's 39.5 brake, which is 40 PS. But yeah, it just pulls quite happily. It's got 6 gears. Whee! Slip assist clutch, so very light clutch. It doesn't have quick shifter. Doesn't need it really. It can come with a special X pack, which is things like sump guard, high mud guard, pannier, that sort of thing. But you can get panniers for it, so it's rather good. You can get a top box, a soft top box, and a hard top box. But it's just right for these roads. Oh, it's got a nice base. Perfectly adequate power. It'll tonk along quite happily. This is 60 and 6th, 6,000 RPM. Pop, 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 pop. It's all right. And then if I get 5th gear, go from 60, 70. So that's adequate, and it'll sit quite happily at 70. Hello. It'll sit quite happily at 70. Yeah, 75, doing all right. The suspension's very good. So it's got 43mm big Showa upside down forks on the front, and on the rear it's got a monoshock with preload adjustment, but an external gas cylinder. Yes. Doesn't have cruise control. It's got a nifty new flasher switch, which also turns the full beam headlight on if you want it, you see. So that's a new Triumph thing. So if they had that on other bikes, that'd be good. But it could easily have the single press cruise control button that the Speedmaster has, just to make bobbing along like this easier. But no, it's very nice, very nice. Specifications say about 85 miles to the gallon. This is averaging 75 at the moment, which is still bloody good. Yeah, it's bloody good. That's obviously, if you're in America, probably about 62 to 65 miles to the gallon in American weights, because it's 4.55 litres, so there's a little bit of discrepancy there. So when you say to an American, oh, I get 60 miles to the gallon out of my bike, they go, bollocks! But actually, which is probably about 50 in their maths. Sorry, math. Right. Lots of grunts, lots of torque, I like it. Obviously having a single cylinder, that's for off-roading and stuff like this. This isn't necessarily an off-roader version, because it hasn't got spokes. But it has got a nice big front wheel, 19 inches. Personally, 7's enough for me, but there we go. So that's 5th, and it's pulling all right. Up to 65 there, 70 there. So it pulls quite nicely. The bars are 90-something centimetres apart. That's all right. I do need to find a good track, don't I? Oh, buzzy buzz buzz. It's got ABS, it's got traction control. Interestingly enough, I think you can probably turn the traction control off at ignition. I haven't looked into how to do that. Oh, it's got hazard lights. Shouldn't need those, it's not a Harley. So here we go. Country road, 70. Nice and comfy. Seating position's lovely. Seat is 835mm, which I didn't find too high. I think it's because the pillion side of it doesn't The seat itself doesn't sort of go up as it goes backwards, which is why it's sometimes difficult to get your leg over. But here we are, sitting nicely at 73. Keeping up the traffic. And yes, very comfortable. 6th gear. Yeah. But it's effortless, it's light, it's very nice, it goes exactly where you want to put it. It's quite tall, with good precision with the wide handlebars. Yes, I like it a lot. It doesn't shove you back when you use the throttle, but it does just go. Perfect for sort of town and city riding as well. This is the unadulterated one. It's in Phantom Black and Ice Silver. There are 3 colour schemes, one's khaki green and Ice Silver. This is, as I say, Phantom Black and Ice Silver. And then there's a really nice red, is it Crimson Red? With Phantom Black. So it's red, it's a red tank with a black stripe. Well, Bally Ho, welcome to the walk around. So, this is the magnificent beast. Hand guards, Mickey Mouse ears, twin exhaust outpipes, air brake on the back called a number plate, LED indicators, brown leather seat, Phantom Black and Ice Silver tank. No quick shifter, boo. Rubber inserts on the pegs to remove for off-roading. Forged wheels, 19s on the front, 320mm fixed disc on the front, 4-pot caliper. If it focuses, there we go. It's got a an Optimate outlet pre-installed. Nice 43mm upside down forks, protected by this bracket for the mudguard. With the grill on the headlight, it's an LED headlight, I'll go through that in a second. It's got ABS and traction control. You can get the higher mudguard as well. Obviously you can take those reflectors off if you want to. They're tubeless tyres, that's good. They're Metzeler Karoo Street tyres. And there you go, there's you got with your 400cc there. Single pipe. There's the O2 sensor. Normal Triumph branding. Chain on this side as usual. There's the rear brake fluid pot. Ah, there's the clutch. Interesting. Alright. And the airbox will be behind this panel here, as standard. Nice tank with a nice, is it lockable? It is. With a nice lockable Triumph branded fuel cap. E5 or E10, just stick with E5. You've got this foam Triumph bar for the extra bracket on the handlebars here, and it's unlikely you're going to headbutt it, but it's really just one of these off-roading Farkles. Paint finish, really nice, very nicely powder coated. This has got a silver speck in it. That's lovely, that is. Same with the mudguard as well, that's got a silver speck. LED indicators. Good, yes, nicely textured rather than just plain handguards. Mickey Mouse mirrors, but I suppose good for off-roading, and excellent visibility. The seat, very comfortable indeed. I mean, it feels like a faux leather. That doesn't look like real stitching to me, so I think it's probably vinyl. And then this is the subframe, and that's beautifully finished as well. It's got a little mud guard there. It's got a plastic chain guard, but obviously you can improve on that with the pillion pegs. They've got a nice solid feel to them. There you go. You can remove these rubber inserts to have these serrated edges. And you can have panniers. Good grab rail. Lots of places to tie bags to and things like that. And then here's your preload adjustment on the rear shock there. And you see, there we go, there's the clutch cable, comes down there and goes through there to the other side. Oh, very nice. Liquid cooled as well. And you can get a sump guard on the front down there as well. Well, it comes with a fairly plastic. Comes with a plastic sump guard. Oh, look, there's the coolant bottle there. Interesting. Cool. This is the switch I was talking about. So you can flick it forwards for high beam, and then centre, then flashy flash flash. So on every other Trump I've ridden so far, it's just a flasher. And to turn the high beam on and off, you have to flash with the headlights on, flash again to turn it off again. But this, you can do that even if you've only got the DRL running, which is cool. So let's check the lights, shall we? So at the moment, it's on the DRL. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's just a... That looks mean, doesn't it? I like that. That's very clever. Right, and then headlight. I see. Headlight, and then main beam bottom one as well. Oh, look at that. Oh. And then back to just the... I quite like the DRL. That's quite cool. Anyway, right. That's the DRLs. Let's check the old hazard lights, the LEDs. They are, yeah, nice and bright. You can see the phantom black sparkle in the tank. It's very nice. So here we go, we've got traction control here. Now, normally if you go through the settings, so averaging 70 at the moment, range of 120 miles. I don't know the size of the tank. Traction control off. Off-road. Traction control on. Pressing the info button here. This is just fairly standard. You've got headlights on and off, info button, indicators and horn. Very simple but effective. Now we've got traction control back on again. On-road. Off-road. Ah, and look, it turned the traction control off, ABS off. Clock. Units. Set. Okay, I'm back to going all the way around here. Well, it's basically just a one-button trick pony, and quite fun to try and sort that out. I think that's basically user, play with it. That's the alarm, engine light, oil light, water temp, hazard light, hazard triangle, and petrol. So does that... Oh, there we go. So the hazard light, that's when the hazard light's on. Then when you're just using the indicators, you've got that and that. I see. So well laid out, nice and simple. You do have a gear indicator, revs, fuel. Nice. It's well set, well laid out. I like that. I'm still working out the old off-road thing. Interesting. Anyway, there you are. There are the modes. Okay, so here we go. Let's turn it on. You don't have to pull the clutch in for this to start it. Right, let's do a quick exhaust ejaculation, shall we? Yeah. So, what can I tell you about this then? So, whilst you can look at the bike, whilst I look at this, liquid cooled 4-valve, dual overhead cam, single cylinder engine, 40 PS, 37 Newton meters of torque, Bosch electronic fuel injection, stainless twin skin header system with a wet multi-plate slip clutch. Woo. The front wheel is cast aluminium alloy, 10 spoke, 19 inches by 2.5. Rear wheel, 10 spoke, 17 inches, 3.5 inches wide. So it's 150mm wheel travel on the front. 320mm fixed disc 4-piston radial caliper with ABS on the front. 230mm fixed disc single piston floating caliper on the back. Tank capacity is 13 litres. Interesting, 13 litres. So say you did do 80 miles to the gallon. 13 divided by 4.55 is 2.85. 80 times 2.85. 228 miles range. Well, I'm not sure it'll do all of that, because in my experience there's always been a couple of litres left in Triumph tanks. So when I've had a 12.5 or 13 litre tank like on my Speedmaster, the maximum I've ever got in is 11 litres, even when I've gone past 0 range. So I think there's always about 2 litres left over, but I wouldn't, I wouldn't trust that completely, but that's my experience. Service interval back to 10,000 miles. So the Tiger was 6, but yes, this thumper, 10,000 miles, and it'll be 20,000 miles for the big valve clearance service and everything else. Right, well, there we go. I think that might be everything you need to know. Thank you very much, and I shall do some conclusions, I think. It'll be down to, I suppose, what are its rivals? One would have to suggest the Royal Enfield, maybe the Enfield Himalayan. I shall have a think. Tally Bally Ho! Okay, so standing up. Comfortable. Even big rocks aren't knocking it off course. That's nice. The throttle is slightly snatchy. Ever so slightly. It's difficult to keep a constant throttle on it, but I suppose that could be the bumps, actually. I'm not used to this sort of thing. This isn't my bag, baby. But the ground is nice and dry, so I'm happy to give it a go. Right. Now I think there's a range somewhere, isn't there? Even sitting down is quite fun. Whee, boing. Now I seem to remember there's a rifle range along here, which is where I learned to shoot. Danger! Rifle range! It's as if I knew! I don't know if they still use it. I mean, there's a sign there saying so, but should we try third gear? Low revs. It was on over here, wasn't it? It's on the left. That's right, it was there. There's the rifle range. It's still there. How much fun's that? So, third gear, low revs. What's this, 25 miles an hour? I mean, this is just a gritty farm track, really, isn't it? But I like this. Standing up, I can't really squeeze the tank. The knee pads are, they've put some knee pads on. I'd rather it didn't have the knee pads because they make it a bit too wide. But it's without the knee pads, actually, it would work nicely. It's almost as if they put the knee pads on for road riding. But yeah, cool. I'm going a lot faster than I did on the Tiger Rally Pro, I must admit. But then that was heavier and less confidence-inspiring, I think is the term. Now, this is Ashton. So one of the Northamptonshire murders was in that cottage there in 1906. It was an axe murderer. What a beautiful... I mean, come on. What a cottage. What a cottage. Ashton, this is also where they do the World Conquer Championship. Look at that beautiful... Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful cottage. Isn't that lovely? Wow, what a lucky person to live there. I believe it's rented still from the main estate. What a pretty part of the world. I should definitely do my reviews around here more often. Well, it depends on the bike, doesn't it? Definitely depends on the bike. No, I mean, this bike's great fun. Yes, there's grit and sand and bumps and potholes, and I'm not really paying any attention to them whatsoever, because I'm just, yeah, full confidence before I fall off and die. Third gear, 15 miles an hour, it just pulls itself up to speed. That's nice. I like that. Right, so I did this in second gear last time. Let's try it. Oh, it's quite bumpy on the old. Oh, hello. Yeah, okay. Right, so I'll lean forwards a bit. I can't use the rear brake with my right foot because it's angled down too much from the peg. So really, this is all on the throttle and prayer. Here we go. Back through here. Boink, boink. It's nice. I like it. This is fun. Wee. Hey! It's a bit bumpy. Right, let's try third along here now. There we go. Standing up. Out. That knee pad's sharp on the edge, actually. Wanker. Right. It's all right, isn't it? Oh, look at that. In the front, I can see the front wheel bouncing up and down. I mean, it's soaking up everything very nicely. The tyres are sort of slightly off-roady. Big bump. Oh, yeah, look at that. Soak that up beautifully. Pebbles. See, that would have been mud 3 months ago. Right, there's the rear brake. Okay, no, maybe I could have had my foot on the rear brake while standing. Lovely. I'd be comfortable on this. The seat's very comfortable. It's a sort of a bench seat ribbed affair. Ribbed for your pleasure. It's slightly buzzy, slightly, not through the bottom, but through the hands. Slightly buzzy, but certainly not off-putting at all. It's got a lovely bassy note below sort of 4,000 RPM going thump, 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 thump. Oh. It was very nice. So, filter. Filtering, filtering, filtering along. Filtering, filtering. This is my filtering song. When I was 11, I learnt to row there. So I suppose this is the sort of home of this sort of bike. Narrow country lanes. And towns, I suppose. It's very manoeuvrable with a good steering circle, turning circle, steering lock, whatever you want to call it. I mean, this is a fun road. I mean, this countryside, what a day! What a day for riding a motorcycle. Yes. What a day. Something I just noticed is the pedals flip up very easily if you were to drop the bike. So, jolly good for off-roading, yeah? Oh, good to get some air in. Woo, I was getting warm. Oh, I was getting warm. Wow, it's so nice to be getting warm. The sun is warm. The weather is warm. Well, the air temperature is about 16, but even so, it's warm. Could you live with this as an only bike? Now, obviously, you could have it with an A2 license. So, if you had this just as your only bike for 2 years before you upgraded, yeah, I think you can. It's great fun. It's light. It's easy to manoeuvre. The one thing is, it's probably a bit tall if you're, say, you're brand new, short of stature. At slow speeds, you're more likely to drop it, just because of that's the way it is. But that's not to say you would as a new rider. And it's very easy to ride and very comfortable. So it is very well made, very good quality. Yeah, so it gets up to speed quite happily. It's a small engined bike. So the big question is, if it's going to be your only bike, brilliant in towns and cities because it's so manoeuvrable and feels very light, with plenty of low-down torque to get away from the lights quickly and get out of gaps and scrapes, and for cars coming, pulling across you can use a little bit of torque and shimmy around it. The big question is, what's it like on the dual carriageway or motorway? Well, I've already done 75-80 on it, and it was very pleasant, but not a sustained speed. So we'll go on a dual carriageway, see how it fares. Go from there. 4th, there we go. Trouble is, I have to look out more for other riders because they're going to absolutely waste me if I'm not careful. Because if I had a bigger bike behind me, they'd expect me to accelerate harder and splat. Filtering, filtering, filtering along, filtering, filtering, this is my filtering song. Right, let's see how it fares on the dual carriageway, shall we? 3rd gear. Bit vibey around 4,000 RPM, but nothing that isn't expected. Okay, that's 80 indicated in 6th. It sounds a bit buzzy. It's what, doing 7,000, it's doing 7,000 RPM. You've got this, it's quite tall, so you've got this commanding position, comfy. Visibility's excellent, obviously, being nothing in the way, no screen or anything. So I've eased off a little bit. Obviously no wind protection, but that's not a problem, not expected. We're just sitting like this. Then if I needed to pull out, it just went 10 miles an hour faster there. Front brake isn't that great at higher speeds. Right. Oh no, that's more than sufficient. And you put a bit of back brake in as well. Oh, it's fine. Yes. For the money, you're getting a Triumph that's well built, good quality parts, good, very good fuel consumption, with a 10,000 mile service interval. Whee! And you'd have thought uses less oil, etc. The parts should be cheaper. We're just bobbing along at 70 on these old main roads. Does exactly what you ask of it, really. Yeah, the damping isn't as refined as it could be over some of the bumps, but it's not the most expensive bike. It really is the bottom of the food chain, but it's very well made for its price. I'm impressed. Oh, there we go. Tally Bally Ho. There's my review of the new Scrambler 400X. Yeah, I do like it. For the money, it's a very good motorbike.